The mission of Chaminade College Preparatory is to form morally aware and academically capable people to be outstanding contributors to the future. This statement comes right off the website, where many cheerful pictures and videos display the lives that Chaminade students and faculty live. A Catholic institution, Chaminade aims to provide its students with a great education, while at the same time building on each student's personal faiths. There are masses once a month, prayers at the beginning and end of the day, as well as the start of most classes, and prayers before events such as sports games and theater productions. In this documentary, the faith journeys of Chaminade students, both present and past, faculty, and parents will be discussed.
How do you feel about going to a religious school based on your religious background?
Well, I'm not Catholic personally, so it's a little bit different for me. But I do see that when you're in an institution that holds very, very strongly to a belief that you disagree with, it really allows you to think, and it causes you to think. So that's really a good thing, even if it wasn't intended.
Okay, so the question was, how has teaching Catholic school affected my lifestyle? I don't know that it has affected my lifestyle. Now, it might have affected my view of what Catholicism is, right? Before teaching here, I probably had a real narrow view of Catholicism. It was, people. All I remember was my mom talking about kneeling and sitting and kneeling and sitting and kneeling and sitting. And so it's actually expanded my view of what the Catholic lifestyle is. So it's been a benefit for me. It's made me more tolerant of other religions.
Each year, the students are also encouraged to attend a retreat. These events were started in order to help the students realize their spiritual potential, as well as improve their relationships with their classmates.
Student retreats, I think that they are incredibly worthwhile. I think the students can grow a lot from them. It's a time for them to connect with their classmates and to connect spiritually. They don't really have a chance to do that normally on a day-to-day basis. I think Kairos especially is unbelievable. It's a time before you graduate to really look into yourself, connect with your friends, and really start pondering where you are in the world with your spirituality and how it's going to help you grow as an adult, because students are going to be going out into the world pretty soon, and they're going to have to cope with things on their own. So I think Kairos builds that really good foundation, and also it ends up being a fabulous memory for graduating seniors. So I'm totally in support of retreats, and I hope that students don't feel the pressure of academics, that they go on the retreats and understand the value of them, because I think they're really important growth for students. That's it.
Although Chaminade is a Catholic school, all faiths are accepted and encouraged to grow to their full potential. Here is a look at some students who are not Catholic. How do you feel about being Jewish at a Catholic school?
Being Jewish at Chaminade used to be really uncomfortable for me, especially the first religion class I took, but over the time it's taught me to be more accepting of other religions and become more aware of other religious backgrounds.
How do you feel about sitting through a Mass almost every month?
Masses used to be really uncomfortable, but over the time I've become used to them, and they just become more of a gathering of the school rather than being uncomfortable. It's time for everyone to be together and become closer.
How did you feel going to Chaminade when you weren't Catholic?
Well, Chaminade was actually very tolerant of religious diversity, and there was never really any problem with the students that much. I mean, there's always a little bit of ignorance in some people, but overall, the Chaminade students are pretty good about just being understanding.
Did Chaminade ever take away from your Sikh values?
Well, despite how much my mom tried to establish Sikhism into my daily life, it never really stuck. I never really embraced Sikhism. But I do think that Chaminade did take the necessary steps to include all people of all beliefs and make them feel as if they're not left out.
Chaminade does its best to make every student feel comfortable, but sometimes the religious aspects are just too much to handle. Here are some former students' views, both positive and negative, on the religious education they were provided.
Okay, so, Dad, you went to Chaminade High School?
I did. I went there for my senior year of high school.
Did the religious aspect of the school impact your education?
Well, I certainly had to take religion classes, and I had to go to Mass once a week. So it impacted me that way.
Do you think it impacted you as a person after your experience at Chaminade High School?
I'd probably say no. It was only for 1 year, so it wasn't something I was used to. I think I saw it more as just like a class or a little bit of something that I had to do as opposed to wanted to.
Did the religious aspect of the school incline you to send me there more or less than?
I'd say it was certainly a thought. I felt that the values of the school were important to me, and certainly wanted you to go someplace that had strong values and let you make your own decisions about religion.
Do you think it has impacted me in any way throughout the years?
I know you've been exposed to it, and I think that was my intention, was to allow you to get teachings and learnings of different religions and the culture there, and make your own decisions as to what's right for you.
Okay, so Olivia, you went to Chaminade.
Yeah,
When did you go to Chaminade?
8th grade and my freshman year.
Okay. Did the religious aspect of the education affect your experience at Chaminade at all? How did it affect you personally?
I think it did. I didn't really relate to the religious classes, and I used to skip mass a lot, and so I guess in that aspect, I didn't really appreciate it.
Did it affect your decision to leave Chaminade at all?
Yeah, it actually did affect me a little bit. I didn't feel like it was the right setting for me moving to it. I felt in some ways that it was not of lesser value, but more like it wasn't the right fit for me.
And has the religious aspect of the education affected you after at all?
In a way, it's kind of broadened my knowledge of, other religions, but not really, not that much.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's Chaminade. It is a place where students, as well as their teachers, come to grow every single day. Whether it be academically or in their personal faiths, Chaminade is always encouraging its family to lead their lives down the right path. But throughout this documentary, we have realized that the institution is not perfect. There are some who do not agree, and that is completely normal and okay. We are all different people, so it is expected that we would all have different takes on this school.